Hardwood floors, like silk, leather, and precious stones, capture the beauty of having been shaped by natural forces. From the forest to the unique distinctive floor in your home, hardwood flooring is a refined natural material, selected from the most desirable portions of the tree, offering the best combination of strength and beauty. In the next few minutes, we want to help you understand the answers to these common questions. How do we turn a tree into a floor? Why is wood always moving? What are the different appearance grades? What to expect when you open a carton of hardwood flooring? What a pre-installation survey should consider? What are typical installation concerns? Welcome to where it all begins for hardwood flooring, in the forest. Let's walk through the process to bring the forest into your home. Why do we pick one species of tree over another? Why do we pick this tree over that tree? How do we take this tree and turn it into a carton of hardwood flooring? Let's take a look at the characteristics of wood and how it affects the making of hardwood flooring. The average tree contains at least 89% moisture, which is reduced to an ideal 7 to 8% moisture content before allowing it to be processed into a dimensionally stable product. This process requires a minimum of 5 to 6 months. Wood, by its nature, is always adjusting to its surroundings. Like a sponge, it will absorb moisture back into its dehydrated cells when given the chance. Wood that is dried to 7 or 8% moisture is stable and predictable. Over 14%, it becomes unstable and swells. Wood cells are long tubular strands arranged in a honeycomb pattern. They collapse with loss of moisture but will not change significantly in length. The tubular-shaped cell strands give wood its linear strength. Wood will primarily expand and contract across the width of a board, not in length. All wood is hygroscopic, meaning it will lose and gain moisture until it reaches equilibrium with its environment. The center oldest part of the tree is called the heartwood. It will have narrow growth rings and darker colors. The outer areas of the tree are called sapwood. Sapwood is where the growth is newest, with lighter color and annual growth rings spaced farther apart. All of these factors determine why wood can appear so different from the same tree. This can be especially obvious when comparing wood from one tree to another or between two cartons of hardwood. Every wood species is unique and has a different visual signature. Each wood species is chosen for its specific appearance value. Some wood species are chosen for especially tight growth rings and color consistency, while others are chosen because of their vivid, distinctive variations. Sometimes the preference is for minimal variation and specific natural color tones. Oak is considered the beige carpet of the hardwood flooring industry. It is the most commonly used hardwood flooring in the United States. Oak is prized for its availability, affordability, warm color consistency, hardness, ease to work with, and lasting universal appreciation. In contrast, oak is so common and predictable that today's consumers are seeking more exotic species and visually distinctive woods. Visual variation, distinctive colors, and exotic locations help create a design statement and encourages a story to be told. Some examples are Brazilian cherry, walnut, and teak, as well as Santos mahogany, merbau, and bamboo, just to name a few. The popularity is growing for even more character in domestic woods, highlighting the distinctive look of age or wear. Artificially distressed wood is the rage today, creating the look of 200-year-old salvaged flooring in unlimited quantity, along with the best of today's high-performance finishes. Visual interest creates a unique conversation item, provides a story, and creates a warmer feeling of home. Hardwood flooring is produced in either solid wood or several layers glued together called engineered construction. Solid hardwood is traditionally 3/4 inch thick and cut into strips 2 1/4 inches wide, or planks 3 to 5 inches wide. Solid hardwood is produced today in the same basic way it has been for over 200 years, only faster and more precise, but it remains a simple, low-technology product. Wood 3/4 inch thick has historically been the minimum thickness considered to be dimensionally stable. Less thickness allows the wood to twist, split, or warp easily. Engineered hardwood is the fastest growing alternative to solid wood, requiring only a thin veneer of the premium hardwood and then using less expensive woods to create a stable engineered foundation. The questions over solid wood versus engineered are only an issue in the dealer's showroom. Once installed, it's all considered a real hardwood floor. Can you tell whether this floor is from 3/4 inch solid wood or a 3/8 inch engineered product? It's an engineered floor, and look how beautiful it is. Engineered hardwood flooring allows better use of our natural resources and provides a significantly more stable floor. It is a more predictable product, offering more flexibility in installation methods, and continues to become a strong, cost-attractive option. Engineered products are the only choice over cement slab installations. Premium wood veneers can be harvested in similar methods to the solid woods, except in thinner layers. It can be sliced or rotary cut. Sliced cuts create long, straighter grain patterns. Rotary cuts produce a greater yield from the log, reducing cost but creating a busy swirling grain pattern. Rotary cut is similar to peeling the wood from the log like a roll of paper towels. All wood is cut from the log to produce the best yield and highest appearance quality of wood. Solid hardwood is milled from the tree by cutting the log into 1-inch slabs, usually 8 to 16 feet long. Logs can vary from 12 to 24 inches wide. A log, 22 inches wide, usually represents a 60 to 80-year-old tree. The slabs are stacked for air drying at least 3 to 4 months before entering a large fan shed. The fan shed will force air around the slabs, further reducing the moisture levels. They are then stacked into a steam-heated kiln to reduce the moisture to an ideal 7 to 8% level. Accelerating the drying process or rapid changes in moisture loss will cause the wood to split, twist, warp, or curl. The slabs are graded for length, width, and appearance, then cut into rough widths. A 3 1/4 inches wide finished plank would require a 3 1/2 inches wide rough cut board. The slabs are cut into 6-foot lengths or less, cutting out defects, which can include narrow areas, bows, loose knots, cracks, holes, tears, or large blemishes. Wood filler is used to fill voids if possible. On average, these slabs will generate 60% usable product and 40% waste. The strips then have the tongue and groove milled along with the top and bottom to create the desired thickness. The boards are visually checked, cut, and recut to ensure all unacceptable structural and visual defects are removed. The average strip of wood flooring will be inspected or modified by at least 100 people before shipping to the finishing area. The strips are nested by random lengths and bundled. Hardwood is sorted by its appearance grade. This means the degree of consistency in color, grain, and frequency or size of character marks. These are the industry classification rules. Tavern or cabin grade wood is a loosely defined term that refers to hardwood that is structurally sound but less consistent in appearance. Price is more important than appearance. Natural or clear finishes will show the most character marks of any finish, allowing the full view of the wood just as nature produced it. When a stain is applied, the visual variations become blended and less noticeable. Darker stains can make a lesser quality wood appear more consistent and resemble a higher grade of wood. The strips of wood are sanded one last time before a series of surface fillers, stains, and polyurethanes are applied, filling the open pores of the wood to create a smooth surface. Some of the thin polyurethane coats have aluminum oxide, increasing the durability and scratch resistance of the finish. Light sanding or brushing in between applications of the finish coats is common. This allows uniformity and consistency of coats, especially on boards with beveled edges. Manual inspection is conducted to determine the final appearance grade. The finish process averages 10 to 20 people inspecting the wood through each phase of this operation. Samples are pulled for finish quality control tests, including gloss level, bond, hardness, and impact resistance. The finish is the performance factor of hardwoods today. It determines the length of warranty and durability. The hardwood is present for its beauty, not as a wear surface. The finish does not prevent wood from darkening with age. This is a natural photochemical reaction from light exposure to the resins contained in all woods. Certain wood species contain more resins than others, which will allow it to darken faster. Most consumers prize the warm, mellow glow of aged wood, called a patina. Patina provides additional character to the wood and increases its beauty with age. The aged beauty of wood is what makes an antique piece of furniture more beautiful the older it is. Consumers need to understand wood does not remain the same color over time. As you can see, the boards received in a carton on the job site have already been visually inspected by over 100 people. They have been carefully conditioned and processed for over 5 to 6 months. All wood flooring is processed with the highest appearance value and consistency being first priority. Every job must be evaluated and tailored by the layout of the room and the type of wood to be installed. Also consider the appearance grade of the wood, the intended decorative style of the wood, and the room's traffic pattern. The installer's primary responsibility is to install the floor properly and install it in its most attractive manner. Installing hardwood flooring is part technique and part craftsmanship. A flooring installer should not be installing hardwood flooring if these fundamental rules are not understood. Inspection of the substrate is required. It must be smooth, flat, and dry. The industry has minimum standards for these requirements, and each must be followed. The moisture content in concrete slab installations is especially critical to check. All concrete contains moisture, and the level is subject to change over time. The industry has standards for acceptable maximum and minimum moisture levels. Standard testing methods of moisture levels are required, along with documenting the results for future reference. If you choose not to follow the industry standard guidelines for proper installation procedures, you are accepting 100% responsibility of the floor. The final adjustment required for proper installation is to acclimate the wood to the temperature and humidity levels of the job site. This requires a minimum of 48 to 72 hours in a climate-controlled area. The substrate must be within 4% of the current moisture level of the wood. Not following this basic rule will undermine everything the wood has undergone by man and nature. Always test for moisture. Inspection of the wood, randomly staggering the lengths, and sorting or cutting away unattractive areas all contribute to the desired intentional randomness appearance. Mix 3 or more cartons together during installation and scatter extremely light or dark boards. Intentional randomness allows the wood to look its best and eliminates undesirable visual clusters. Any sample of hardwood in a showroom is just a representation of the actual product in a small size. A true sample of the wood selected for the job cannot be inspected until it is on the job site. A common practice is to pre-rack or dry fit several rows of the wood together before installing them to verify appearance quality and stagger. This method actually allows faster installation since the placement of boards has already been determined and inspected prior to installation. If it does not look right, stop. Call for help. Don't install it. Industry standards allow up to 5% of the wood in each carton to be of a lesser grade than the entire carton. This means it will include a few boards with large knots, mineral streaks, or discolorations. Also splinters, cracks, bows, thin or thick areas, wormholes, or finish imperfections, just to name a few. An average carton of 2¼ inches solid strip flooring can contain the equivalent of a 5-foot board that will be unusable. Every job is unique for its desired appearance and layout. Each board must be considered if appropriate for a specific job. Calculated placement in the installation creates intentional randomness. Solid hardwood requires more inspection than does engineered. Hardwood flooring should always have an extra 5% waste factor added to the job. This means to allow a minimum of 8 to 10% waste for solid hardwood flooring, 5 to 8% waste for engineered. You cannot expect to yield 100% usable wood from an average carton of pre-finished hardwood flooring. Remember that all hardwood flooring installations are a series of end cuts at the beginning and ending of each row. Plan ahead. Know which boards to cut, where to cut them, and where to place them. This will allow a much greater yield from the carton and minimize waste. Usually, 25 to 50% of the boards in a carton will be cut to a shorter length for an average job. Selective cutting is expected and produces a better appearing floor, less waste, and is easier to install. A very small number of boards is usually the cause of most visual hardwood floor complaints. It may only be a single board placed in the wrong area. Specific placement of the most attractive, longest boards in the dominant focal areas of the room is critical. Less attractive or short lengths can always be used in less visible areas like closets, toe kick, or under appliances. The ultimate appearance and performance in any installation is dependent upon the installer, upon close attention to a number of details prior to and during the actual installation process. Hardwood floors are appreciated for their timeless value and universal appeal. Proper installation and routine maintenance are required for the floor to last a lifetime and look its best. Always promote using doormats at exterior doors, area rugs, and routine dry maintenance. Keep moisture exposure on hardwood floors to a minimum. Clean up spills as quickly as possible. Vacuum, sweep, or dust mop abrasive grit off the floor frequently. Use liquid cleaner sparingly on sticky spots when necessary. Treat a hardwood floor just like a beautiful piece of furniture and enjoy it for a lifetime. Always read and follow the specific instructions included with the product you are interested in installing. Call the Shaw Customer Service Information Center for any additional questions or assistance at 1-800-441-7429.